It's Wednesday, August 13th. We have some severe weather to talk about. Today's main concern is going to be Tropical Storm Erin that is projected to be a major Cat 3 hurricane. Cat 4 is very possible, so let's get right into it. Starting off in the main development region, we have Tropical Storm Erin over here that is strengthening, but right now is currently weak. And y'all may think that's a good thing, but that is actually not a good thing. And with these weak storms, they are going to go west and go south, and they like to go lower. And if it was a strong storm, we would have it going up north way earlier, but it is a weaker storm and is most likely going to go on a path like this and get very close to the islands and then very close to the United States. But it's very possible for it to, go and then go back into the sea. So we are keeping an eye on this, and we're just keep eye on it, and we're going to keep watching it. So don't cancel plans if you are going to the islands, because you this could go out to sea again. So y'all don't be worried about this, because it is not close to the United States yet. But with this storm, they were showing a Cat 4 hurricane about right here, and it's supposed to turn into a hurricane in the next 48 hours. And the models were showing a strong storm circling very fast, and the pressure on it was, I'm pretty sure, 936. Very crazy. It was a Cat 5 hurricane, but this is possible for this to not happen, and it's looking like it's not going to get close to the United States. So don't you know, start getting worried about this. Have a plan ready, but this is not close to the United States. It's very far out to sea. But if y'all are in the islands, it's getting pretty close. So let's get to our SBC outlook right now. Day one outlook for severe weather. We have a marginal risk of severe weather over here in the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic for only wind. Damaging winds could be up to 70 miles per hour. And over here in the Great Plains, we have a slight risk of severe weather for damaging winds, large hail, and tornadoes from Wyoming all the way down into Nebraska, and a marginal risk surrounds that. And on our day two outlook, we have more organized risk of severe weather, a slight risk of severe weather that goes from South Dakota, North Dakota, and Minnesota, with damaging winds, large hail, very large hail, and tornadoes is possible. And on our day three outlook, we have a marginal risk of severe weather that goes from the Wyoming all the way into Minnesota. All right, our day one outlook for tornadoes. We have a couple tornadoes that could happen in South Dakota and Nebraska. And on our day two outlook, we have a chance of tornadoes in North Dakota into Minnesota. Not really think South Dakota is going to see any tornadoes, but the very north part of it, some towns are in it. You could see a couple tornadoes, but I wouldn't think so in South Dakota. More North Dakota and Minnesota. And Canada could be seeing a couple tornadoes. So if you live in Fargo, Grand Forks, and very close to International Falls, you could be seeing a few tornadoes with these storms. Jamestown in North Dakota, you could be seeing a few tornadoes with these storms. Our day one outlook for wind, we have a 15% chance of significant wind. I am not really seeing anything. Possibly 75 miles per hour. It's not a significant day. Don't really worry about the wind. It's gonna be like a classic thunderstorm, and a 5% chance marginal risk surrounds that. And over here in the Northeast, 70 miles per hour to 65 is possible. 65 to 70 or 75 is possible. Really, it's only damaging wind, so you don't have to worry about tornadoes and hail. Under day 2 outlook for hail, we have a slight risk of hail, 15% chance of significant wind, wind, wind. Why did I say hail? I don't know, but it is wind in these areas for a 15% chance of wind in these areas. Alright, let me get straight to the point. North Dakota and Minnesota, large hail, baseball, possibly even softball size hail is possible in these areas. Large hail is going to be a problem. Make sure to cover up your cars so you don't get dents, like put blankets on there and stuff. But over here in South Dakota and Nebraska, you are only seeing a marginal risk of hail. Don't even worry about the hail, alright? Excessive rainfall is going to be a problem over here in Maine, literally all the way down into Texas. A massive marginal risk of excessive rainfall. Man, oh man, oh man. This is a big area. Slight risk of excessive rainfall is from Georgia all the way up into West Virginia, and a hurricane over here in the Atlantic is going to bring excessive rainfall to the Carolinas and Virginia later on into next week. All right, this is a temperature anomaly. We have an 80% chance of seeing a lot of heat in Montana, Wyoming, and Idaho, and surrounding that is a 70% chance of wind. Why am I saying wind today? I can't talk. So it's going to be a chance of heat. And over here in the Ohio Valley and Northeast, we are seeing a cool down with 60 to 70 degrees temperatures. Low 80s go into the south. And this is a good thing. We're seeing cold temperatures going to dive in. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, share with friends and family, and have multiple ways to receive alerts. We're keeping an eye on this hurricane, so don't start, having getting worried about it and stuff. It's not even close to the United States.